Apparently, this story is not gonna be what you would think it is. Hope you enjoyed this watching Sellavin of Naruto Shippuden, episode 394, the new Chunin exam. Now, this whole story, at first the episode when it started, it was like, we thought we were continuing the way, but no, it just branched off into something that Tsunade remembered, but let's get to the point. I mean, the whole story, this whole arc is gonna be about Naruto when Naruto was away and everybody was doing everything else. Apparently, this is about reestablishing the Chunin exams. And even though it's not particularly about Naruto, this is about what everyone else was doing when he was away training. And basically, Tsunade's trying to do her best to correct the Chunin exams. And she wants to do it after 2 years. No, 2 years ago, it was that Naruto was trying to prep for the Chunin exams. Even though he never fully became a Chunin, Chunin, he was close. I mean, he did beat Neji, so. But thing about the practice of the Chunin exam, the only one who became a Chunin exam was Shikamaru, and it's not like he didn't deserve it, but now it's been 2 years since Orochimaru's attack and the collaboration with the Hidden Sand, and things are what you call on the edge. Even though the lead village and the Sand have an alliance, but they're mixed, or what you call misabbreviated, what you call. Like even though they worked together over the past 2 years and they're trying to reconcile their differences, things are not what you call gonna go easy. Like remember, it's been 2 years. You're not gonna patch things up overnight, right? And that's not how culture works. That's not how arguments work. That's not how logic works. So it's gonna take some time, and especially Mikara with the opportunity. Even though he's now Kazekage, remember people didn't approve. There are some people didn't approve of him being Kazekage. Speaking of what he was, remember, he was the Jinchuriki of Shukaku, the Sand Spirit, and that raccoon, whatever. I mean, the village hated him for being a monster. He was a living weapon. He was born for that purpose. But over time, he gained their trust. But there are some people who really still wants him ousted as Kazekage of the village. So basically, he's using this opportunity to stoke out who is the true enemy in his land. Even though he said in some example that this is all to lure out his enemies like the Akatsuki. After all, Naruto is their target, and so is Gaara being the Shikaku Jinchuriki. But you have to understand, things are what you call on the edge, and so things what you can't be are what you can't be seen. Even though the villagers they're trying to do their best, even though both the Leaf and the Sand are going to do the Chunin exams, they don't have the best of luck. Even though, for example, the other villagers don't necessarily agree with him. Raikage threw a fit, dropped the letter. The Mizukage, Maria, she doesn't want, she took the advice of the village elder, that old wrinkly man, and not to do it. And then there's Onoki, the fence sitter, and who lives in the stones, the Tsuchikage. He took the letter, put it on the ground, and stomped on it. Right there, he blew us back. Oh, my back! It's good to see some funny humor, just to see. It's nice to see the funny side of things, because this is what you call a change of pace. Even though we're going to pace this an epic upbringing and what you call what's happening next, there are still some things to be sorted out among some of them. For example, there are still some questions that need to be answered. So basically, even though they're doing this, almost none of the other villages trust them, because if they fall in line, they can use their combined forces to wipe out any single one of the village. So basically, they do know you, but they don't trust you. It does make a little bit of sense. Yeah. But you have to understand, the villages, they're trying to protect themselves. In times of crisis and war, they're shinobi. Their instinct is always to put up a strong defense against any foreign threats. And they basically go to them in the Chunin exam. That's basically entering enemy territory without any backup. No matter who or what they are, they don't want to risk their own lives or the lives of their people. So basically, although there's still Nakashi going to the village hidden in the rain, and I mean, after all, the hidden rain is it's that place is so odd and we all know about the secret of Bane. But they don't. I mean, this invitation to the Chunin exam, I mean, part of Rain did go to the Chunin exams. However, there are still some things to be left, what you call, concluded. You know, there's still some things to be handled out of this. But you have to understand, and these people, they want a Chunin exam, both A, to lure out the Akatsuki, B, to find the opportunity to use as bait, anything, and C, they want to make sure that any threats within their own walls. So basically, God is using himself as bait, to lure out the Akatsuki and to lure out the people in his own village to try and so what threat he's facing. If there is a threat from within his own borders. But you have to understand, they will eventually do what they must. I mean, it's them, so it's not exactly going to be a walk in the park, but they will try to do their best to get it done, with or without permission. But if they do it without having too many people involved, then they're not going to get a lot of support. So basically, people are not going to trust a bunch of people that no, especially for someone like Gara, who is just appointed Kazekage and Tsunade. She's only had this thing for what, 3 years? But Tsunade's been doing this for 2 years, so she is the village leader, but she doesn't have enough pull. So both of them though. So basically, someone too young and just got the job can't be trusted, and someone old enough to have the job but had to stay too long to have enough, but had to stay too long in respect of other people. Yeah, that's fucked up. But hey, that's your opinion. That's their opinion. And what is yours about this? When things are on the edge, I mean, they're trying to do their best and to get this all out the blue, even though this could potentially backfire on them. Yeah, even though this is a good plan, it could backfire because they're risking other people's lives. So basically, it will be on their heads if they fail. And they do accomplish it, great, you defeated the enemy. But how much collateral damage are in the wake? So basically, you do it, you get what you want, big fight. Don't do it, big flop. Either way, it's the lesser of two evils. You have to understand. Hope you enjoyed this one. Comment and subscribe. I hope you for listening. This is Sellavin out. New on Naruto Shippuden episode 394. Even though we all don't like filler, but this filler could be interesting. I mean, the last filler I liked was with the whole Minato Kakashi arc. Even though people were hoping that we could see his mask. What the hell was my mask? Hopefully, when the end of the anime comes, we could see his mask. For God's sake, that's just one mystery that Kishimoto just loved teasing us with. Bye.